Okay, so this is Little Dude. You're not wearing a Finn and Jake shirt.
No. Took you this long to notice.
Okay.
2 episodes and 1 vlog.
True. I make up for it, though, because I'm wearing the exact same shirt that I wore last week, so...
Really?
Yeah, I think so, actually. I just... laundry. So this is, Finn and Jake find this little pool they want to swirl around and make a whirlpool out, which, like, doesn't that bring back memories?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hasn't every little kid tried to do that? And it's like just that tiny little thing, they're like, yeah! Oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
I love that they show how slow they're going, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always thinking it's going to be massive and we're all going to get swirled around.
Yep.
And of course, nothing ever happens. So Finn takes his hat off. They follow the continuity and that his head's still shaved or it's growing back very slowly. And the hat touches this flower, comes to life, and it turns out the flower was part of this guy who was filled with bad magic. And the thing is evil, and anything it eats, it turns to poop right away, but it looks like anything else, so that sucks. And eventually goes and he tries to, possess other people and just start destroying things. And they meet up with the guy with the flower on his head, says, every time I think of my dad, I think of this evil magic and I don't know what to do. And Finn and Jake say, why don't you think of your mother? And he gets really happy thinking about his mother, brings all these other things to life that are happy and just want to hug people. And then he does the same thing with Finn's hat, and Finn's hat's like, hey, what's this? And Jake's like, it's live! And then they're like, oh, we gotta get a new hat. And they're like, let's kill a bear.
Evil bear.
Evil bear. So, it sounds like we found out what Finn's hat is, like maybe a polar bear or something. That's my guess. Which never occurred to me, honestly. I don't know why, of all the animals, that never occurred to me, but it's actually, like, the most logical.
Especially considering we've seen the bear, that brown bear.
Yeah, and I guess it was sort of drawn that way. Yeah, and even when he put the hat on to be the other... Or did he put a hat on? I can't remember. He had the little bad mask, right, of Finn, yeah. Something that is kind of funny about this episode is totally serviceable. I mean, it's like nothing wrong with it or bad or anything, but watching it did make me realize how much, when I watch one of these episodes now, I either want to see something really extreme, strange, and weird, like nothing I've ever seen before, really out there, it's going to keep surprising me, or I want something that really connects to the story and how emotional it can get and revealing new surprises and stuff like that. So when just an okay episode comes along, I am sort of like, I find I have sort of less tolerance for it. I don't know if that's a fair thing or not, because, like, I watch this, I'm like, this is fine, it's not bad or annoying me, but, how's Marceline doing with the whole Ice King thing, like, is the Lich still roaming around? Is he gonna get his revenge somehow? Or, how's he dealing with, his hero's skin being worn on by someone else? It's like, all this stuff is sort of like, but I guess we're stuck with this. I don't know if I'm being too picky. Because then, like, an episode like the last one is so strange and so bizarre, and the last few, honestly, have just been so out there crazy and so unexpected, that when, like I said, a totally standard episode like this comes along, it's sort of like, So, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think your expectations are just too high.
And that's sort of what I'm thinking, honestly. It's like, 'cause this is totally serviceable. There's nothing wrong with this episode, but it's like, I think it has raised my expectations so much. I'm just like, okay, Adventure Time, wow me! And it's probably not a good thing. Yeah, it is funny. I guess that's the sign of a good show, that when the okay episodes come, it's like, oh,
It's okay, but it's not an episode.
Yeah.
No, I like this episode. I thought this was a lot of fun. Considering I have seen all the way up into the most recent one, going back and rewatching them, I can. Because, no, honestly, when I first watched through, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a fine episode, where's a really good one? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, this is a fine episode, where's a really good one? I was the same way, honestly.
Yeah.
But now being able to kind of, like, go back and rewatch it, it's like, I don't know, I really liked Little Dude. It was fun. There were some bizarre, strange touches. It had Dana Snyder, who I love his voice acting.
That's Shake, right?
Master Shake, Todd from Code Monkeys, Gazpacho from Chowder. He's been in Soul of the Moon Man.
Well, he's done a couple voices on here, right?
Mhm.
Hasn't he been on a few times? Yeah. Now, how many... I'm trying to think, because anytime they've had a guest on, it's always been like one voice, and then they'll bring him back to do that voice. Am I right? I think he's the only guest where he's done like a couple voices.
He's done this and at least one more that I can... it's killing me because I can't remember exactly who he did the voice for, but yeah, he's been on here at least one more time. Oh, he was the Train.
He was the Train? That's what he was?
Yeah, remember the fighting, the farm.
Oh, yes, that's right.
The Train?
Yeah. I thought he was something else, too, wasn't he?
He may have been, honestly, I don't remember offhand.
But, yeah, it is a very distinct voice when you hear him.
I love that guy, though.
Somebody, because I think they're saying in the whole movie's commentary, like, some people can't get into his voice, and they were saying they love it because they say, just ask yourself the question, why would anybody say the things the way he's saying it? He puts all the accents in the strangest places, and the voice, the way he enunciates things is very... like he'll do those sort of weird deliveries. I guess he didn't do it too much in this one, but, yeah. But yeah, no, I dig his voice too. I can see how some can find it annoying, but it's like I dig it. I think it's pretty funny.
I loved the design of Little Dude. I thought it was just really cute. I loved how he like ate the sausages, and everyone's just like, and there's just like, oh, okay, and Finn picks up, and he's like, oh man, oh it's poo now. And he's like, what? And it's like, oh, yeah, I guess it is poo. Doesn't matter.
Actually, the one thing I really liked, I love seeing BMO as their mother.
Okay.
like hitting Finn's butt. Haha, BMO hit your butt. So I thought that was very funny, wearing the apron and everything. I'm still sauteing!
I thought you kept better company. That was one of my...
I thought you kept better company. So, yeah, like that, I really enjoyed.
I loved when he was bringing good things to life. Yeah, I totally want to hug, and he's like, hug him into submission. But my favorite was, of course, well, the candy person gets attacked by Little Dude. Also, he gets huge and beefy. Why? Because he gains the relative strength of the hat.
The hat, yeah.
Which,
they all gain the strength, the natural strength of the hat.
It's like, what?
And then he still keeps it after he leaves. He's like, all right.
But then he touches his pants, which also gets possessed. So, it's like, poor guy, I mean, he's just being tossed around. But I love when he touches Finn's pajamas. And the pajamas come up and he's like, get this kid some clothes. But what I was expecting initially was the arms and the legs to be the arms and the legs. What I loved is the arms have extra arms, which are the arms, and the legs have extra legs.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, you're right.
And I'm like, that's just kind of, I love that. I think that's funny as hell.
There was one missed joke opportunity. I thought maybe they were gonna do it. Was when the guy was climbing the roof and he's like, "Someone's on the roof," and he's like, "Oh, it's probably just Ice King again." He knows that we know he sleeps here sometimes or something like that. I thought later, maybe by the end of the episode, like they were gonna show the Ice King still up there sleeping, like who is that guy? Something. They're gonna tie back into that, but never did. But. Yeah, so I mean,
I like it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's by no means bad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it's a totally serviceable episode. I think I'm just getting spoiled.
That could be part of it, honestly. What I also find very strange is Dana Snyder. A lot of his characters have, like, parental issues. In this one, he has daddy issues, but Gazpacho and Todd both have mother issues, and he tends to play characters that have parental issues.
Huh.
And when he's Master Shake is a terrible father. So, yeah, it's kind of all... He just has a thing for bad parents.
Weird. Maybe that's like his guideline, like, will not play part unless somehow tied into bad parent.
That's actually quite possible.
It'd be very specific... Like, okay, we'll just throw in a joke where you're a bad parent. Yes! Make this happen!
I'd watch it.
So would I.
I like this episode. Little Dude was cool.
I'm just thinking about giving that guy a call now and just being like, hey, let's film something where you're a bad parent, and he'll agree.
Okay, if you do, can I please be there? Please?
Hell yeah. Let's give him a call.